नेक्स्ट श्लोक योनि मन्ये प्रपद्यन्ते शरीरत्वाय देहिनः स्थाणुमन्ये अनुसंयन्ति यथा कर्म यथा श्रुतं. Some souls enter the womb to get embodied, others go to the plants as and are born as plants according to their karma and according to their knowledge. Coming to next sloka, tatte pratyagradharadhara lalita kalayavali kelikaram lavanya saikasaram sukriti janadrisham purna punyavadaram lakshmi nishankaleela nilayanam amrita स्यन्दसन्दोहमन्तः सिञ्जत् सञ्जिन्तकानां वपुरनुकलये मारुदागारनाथा. Meaning, sixth slokam. Marudagaranatha, O Lord of Guruvayur, प्रत्यग्रधाराधर ललितकलाय कलायावली केलिकारम, which causes delight just as a fresh rain-bearing cloud, or a bunch of beautiful kalaya blue lily flowers. Lavanyasya ekasaram, which is the very essence of all beauty. Sukriti jana drisham, to the eyes of those who have done good deeds in past lives. Purna punyavadaram, the very incarnation of all their good deeds. Lakshmi nishanga leela Nilayanam, the place where Goddess Lakshmi sports without any inhibition. Sanjindakana mandaha, the hearts of those who meditate on the Lord in that form. Amridasyanda sandoham sinjat, soaking in a torrential flow of nectar. Tadute vabuhu, that form of thine, Anukalaye, I continuously meditate on. Full meaning, O Lord of Guruvayur, I continuously meditate on that form of thine which causes delight just like a fresh rain-bearing cloud or a bunch of beautiful blue lily flowers, which is the very essence of all beauty, which is the very incarnation of all their good deeds to the eyes of those who have performed meritorious deeds in past lives, where Goddess Lakshmi sports without any kind of inhibition, and which soaks in a torrential flow of nectar the hearts of all those who meditate on it. Note, coming to the note point, note portion, causes delight like a fresh rain-bearing cloud. Elaboration of that. After a very hot day, if rain-bearing clouds gather towards the evening, they cause delight to the people by holding forth the immediate prospect of a heavy shower, which would give welcome relief from the heat. I repeat, after a very hot day, if rain-bearing clouds gather towards the evening, they cause delight to the people by holding forth the immediate prospect of a heavy shower, which would give welcome relief from the heat. In the same way, the sight of the Lord's image gives relief from the heat of samsara, with the immediate prospect of cooling showers of God's compassion. The very incarnation of good deeds, meaning only persons who have punya acquired by good deeds to their credit, will have the good fortune to see the Lord in the Guruvayur temple. Such persons will look upon the image of the Lord as their own punya, standing before them in concrete form to bless them. Goddess Lakshmi's sports always abides in the bosom of the Lord, soaks in a torrential flow of nectar, meaning those who meditate on this form of the Lord are filled with bliss, which is like nectar. Next sloka, number 7. Kashtate srishti cheshta bahutara bhava kedavaha jiva bhajamityevam पूर्वमालोचितमजितमया नैव मद्याभिजाने नो चे जीवाः कथं वा मधुरतरमिदं त्वद्बभुश्छिद्रसाद्रं नेत्रैः श्रोत्रैश्च पीत्वा परमरससुधाम्बोधिपूरेरमेरन्. Ajita means O invincible one, meaning who are beyond the control of Maya. Jiva Bhajam, for all living beings. Bahudara Bhava Kedabaha, causing various kinds of suffering. Te Srishti Cheshta, the act of creation. Kashta is cruel. Iti evam, in this manner. Maya Purvam Alojitam, it used to be thought by me. Adya, now. Evam na abhijane, I do not think thus. No ched, if it had not been for this creation. Jivaha, all embodied beings, that is here only human beings. Chidrasadram, soaked in supreme bliss consciousness. Madhurataram, very delightful. Idam tvat babuhu, this form of thine. Netraihi shrotraihi cha, with eyes and the ears. Pitva means imbibing. Paramarasa sudambodhi pure, in the fullness of the ocean of supreme bliss. Katham va rameran, how would they be able to revel? Full meaning of 7th text. O Lord, who are invincible, being beyond Maya, I used to think that thy act of creation was very cruel, since it causes various kinds of sufferings to all kinds of living beings. But I do not think so anymore, because had it not been for this creation, how would human beings have got the good fortune to revel in the ocean of supreme bliss by enjoying the sight of thy delightful form, which is bliss consciousness itself, and by hearing about this form. Number 8. Nambranam sannidhatte sadadamabhi purastairanabhyartitanapyartan kamanajasram vitaradi paramananda sandram gadim cha ittam nisheshalabhyo niravadikapalaha parijato hare tvam Shudram tam shakravadi drumam abhilashati vyartamartivrajoyam. Hare, O Lord Vishnu, Tvam, do, nisheshalabhyah means are accessible to everyone. Niravadi kapalaha, bestowing blessings without any limit. Parijadaha, the Parijada tree. Namrana puraha, in front of those who worship thee. Sadadam abhi, always. Sannidhate, appears. Taihi, by thy devotees. Anabhyartitan kamanapi, even enjoyments not asked for. Arthan, wealth. Paramananda Sandram Gadincha, the state of supreme bliss also. Ajasram, always. Vitaradi, bestows. Itam, this being so, I am Artivrajaha, this crowd of supplicants. Chudram tam, Chakravadi Drumam, that insignificant tree in Indra's garden. Vyartham abhilashati, desires for in vain. Full meaning, O Lord, thou art a Parijata tree which is accessible to everyone, confers blessings without limit, appears before all devotees always, and bestows on them enjoyments even beyond what they asked for, wealth, and also the state of supreme bliss. When this is so, it is a pity that crowds of supplicants desire in vain for that wish-shielding tree in the garden of Indra. Note is given here. The Kalpavriksha or wish-yielding tree in Indra's abode is not accessible to human beings, whereas anyone can worship the Lord, as manifested in the Guruvayur temple. The fruits of the Kalpavriksha can give, the fruits that the Kalpavriksha can give are only sense enjoyments, and even those can be got only by those who go to heaven after death, as a result of having performed the elaborate rites such as Somayaga described in the Vedas. But the Lord in the temple blesses any devotee who worships him with all material prosperity, even in excess of what the devotee himself asks for, and also confers the highest Purushartha, namely liberation from the cycle of birth and death, which is the highest bliss and which the Kalpavriksha is not capable of giving. Thus the worship of the Lord and obtaining His grace is far superior to performing rites to go to heaven to enjoy the limited happiness which alone can be had there. Parijata is considered to be the greatest among all the 5 celestial trees, which are Mandara, Parijata, Santana, Kalpavriksha, and Harichandanam. Now, coming to 9th sloka. कारुण्यात् काममन्यं ददति खलु परे स्वात्मदस्त्वं विशेषादैश्वर्यादीशते अन्ये जगदि परजने स्वात्मनोऽभीश्वरस्त्वं त्वय्युच्चैरा रमन्ति प्रतिपदमधुरे चेतनाः स्फीतभाग्यास्त्वं चात्मा राम एवेत्यतुल गुणगणाधारशौर्ये नमस्ते. Pare means other gods such as Brahma, Shiva, Indra, etc. Karunyad, out of compassion. Anyam kamam, other desired things, things other than themselves. Dadadi kalu, give indeed. Tvam visheshad, do however as distinguished from them. Swatmadaha, do give thyself, do give union with thyself, the Supreme Brahman. Anye, other gods. Aishwaryad, with their powers. Parajane Ishade, rule over others. Do, Swatmanaha api Ishwaraha, are the ruler of thyself. Also, that is, do are the inner controller of all beings, and therefore do rule all over others and also thyself. Svita Bhagyaha Chetanaha, those embodied beings who are very fortunate. Pradipada Madhure Tvayi, in thee who do confer bliss every moment. Uchaihi Aramanti, revel intensely. Tvamcha, do indeed. Atma Ramaha eva, do revel by thyself alone. Do not need any external source of happiness. Iti, this being so. Atula guna ganadhara shaurye, O descendant of the Shura clan, abode of innumerable and incomparable excellences. Te namaha, prostration to thee. Text number 9, full meaning. O Lord Krishna, the abode of innumerable, incomparable excellences, prostration to thee. Other gods grant out of compassion to their devotees things other than themselves, but do give thyself also, that is, union with thee. Other gods by virtue of their powers rule over others, but not over themselves. But thou being the soul of every being, including all the other gods themselves, do rule over thyself, because there is nothing apart from or external to thee. Those embodied souls who are very fortunate because of having performed good deeds in past lives enjoy the supreme bliss of union with thee, who are bliss itself. Do, however, revel in thyself alone, not being dependent on external objects for happiness. Now, the note given below. This verse should not be understood as implying that the poet considers the other gods to be inferior to Krishna. What it means is that Krishna is the Supreme Brahman himself and is therefore